Big event is happening at Tempe's Big Surf this morning called the Surfing with Nixon.
The park is shutting down to the public to allow kids with autism to have some fun in a safe space and benefit from water therapy. How cool is this? So Kim is on location this morning where they're all getting some help from pro surfers.
Hey, good morning to you guys. So this is a pretty cool event. We're taking a live look right now at Big Surf, and in a matter of about 15 minutes, this place is going to open up, and this is where hundreds of kids will actually get to be a pro surfer for the day. This is all part of an annual event, Surfing with Nixon. This actually is some water therapy for kids with autism, and I've got the founder of this event with us this morning, Daniel. First of all, tell me a little bit about why you started this event.
Yeah, so we started this in 2014. My son is Nixon. That's why I kind of started this organization. I wanted an event that will me as a father could kind of bond with my son, knowing that he has multiple disabilities that I wasn't able to play other sports or interact with him on. I knew that water is a huge thing, especially the current. So this gives me and him an opportunity to bond together.
Tell me a little bit about Nixon.
So Nixon is deaf. He has cerebral palsy, autism.
And he's actually out here right now.
He is. He's out there right now, kind of in the middle, floating around, enjoying the waves and the current. Even though none of the waves are going on right now, the water's kind of still being sucked around to the different holding tanks, and he could feel that, and he just loves it.
What was the trigger that made you realize Nixon loves surfing, Nixon loves the water?
You know, we were actually here, gosh, I think it was 2012, 2013, and we were actually here in this wave pool, and you know, not surfing at all, just sitting in there, and he just went ecstatic. I knew immediately when we pulled him out, and on the way home he was crying the whole way home and did not want to leave this water park. So I knew that there was something about this that he loved.
What are some of the challenges of being a parent to a child with autism?
You know, one of the biggest things that we struggle with, and I would say most of the families with autism, kids with autism or kids on the spectrum, is that they are really hard. They hate change. They have a hard time when they travel. For example, Nixon in particular, when we go to California and we stay at a hotel, he will maybe get, if we're lucky, 2 hours of sleep a night. And that, you know, so that is what limits a lot of the families from even wanting to travel and go and fight that on top of their vacation. So
give me a rundown of what's expected out here today.
So what you're seeing right now is a few of the kids out there surfing, but we're gonna have we have pro surfers, Josh Kerr, Clay Marzo. We have surfers from Mexico that have came up, including a lot of local surfers from California as well, that have all came to this event and donated their time to be able to allow these kids to surf. But here in the next probably 20 minutes or so, we're going to start seeing them surf with the kids actually on the board themselves.
Is this an all-day event?
So this event runs from 10 o'clock until 8 o'clock at night. So yes, it is one long event for the desert.
So right now, this park is shut down just for this event. If parents with children that have autism are watching this, is this something they can still take part in, or are you just looking for maybe new families to come next time around?
So we rent this out just for our event. So, you know, we would love to have families that have ties to anyone on the spectrum or anyone that would love to come out and support the organization. We'd love to have them come out. We're at the same time doing an auction, silent auction raffle stuff to raise money at the same, you know, at the same day as our event.
How can families get more information?
So they can look us up on Facebook, Instagram, or our website at www.surfingwithnixon.org.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much for joining us. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, we're actually going to chat with some of these pro surfers, why they do what they do, and one of these pro surfers actually has autism. So we'll introduce you to that surfer coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. I'll send it back to you guys. Good morning to you guys. So this is such a cool event. A lot of kids with autism get to be a pro surfer for a day, and I have some friends that have something to say to you.
Good morning,
So surfing with Nixon. We have got Nixon and his family here. We've got Dad Daniel, Mom Cherie. We've got brothers, sisters, some surfers. We've got everyone out here. Daniel, tell us a little bit about Nixon.
So Nixon has autism, cerebral palsy. He's deaf. He loves the water, and that's what we decided. This is a way for me to bond with him as a dad.
What are some of the challenges of having a child with autism?
You know what? I'm gonna let my wife answer that one.
Well, since he's nonverbal, one of the challenges is just the lack of communication between him and us trying to figure out what he needs and make sure his needs are met, make sure he's happy. The other challenges are making sure that his health is where it needs to be because he can't communicate with that, and going to school and all the therapies. It takes twice as much work with him as it does with your normal typical child. And
What have you noticed with him being on the water? What does that do for him?
I think the main thing is that he's just happy, and that's what I like the most, is to see him happy and loving it and enjoying it, because it's hard to figure out what makes him so happy, and as soon as he gets out there, he's having a fantastic time, and so that's the most important thing to me, is that he's just happy.
All right, so Big Surf is shut down for this event. We've got about 400 folks expected to participate. We have got a lot of athletes here, one of which is going to be Nico. He's our basketball player. Why are you out here today? What compelled you to be out here?
Just to be able to support Nixon and his family and the autistic community. I think it's really big just to be able to be here and support. Nixon was at a lot of my games, as you might know, and not only the games, but he spent time with me after, and I kind of got to know him, and we got a little relationship going. So I'm just happy to be here and support him.
All right, so we have our swimmer, Amy, here. So what brings you out here today? Why is this so important to you?
I think water is just an amazing place to be, no matter who you are, and I think it's just a calming feeling, and it really brings people together, and we can have a great time together and learn more about each other, hang out, and build relationships.
All right, so let me bring it over here to Josh. Josh is our professional surfer here. How hard is it to surf? I feel like it's pretty difficult.
It's definitely difficult. It's a tough sport to pick up with the ocean and learning the whole Mother Nature side of things, and then this helps a lot, being in a wave pool and be able to give back to the kids with autism and on the spectrum here, and be able to share a good day with the family. I got my daughter and my wife here, and just be able to give back of sorts, and it's really good. And obviously for Nixon and his family that have always been so supportive of such an amazing event.
You have traveled all over the world surfing. You live in California. Why do you come to this event? What compels you to come all the way out to Arizona in the middle of summer?
Yeah, I actually came out last year for my first time. I got to know one of the event organizers, and he brought me out in. It was just such a good day. I've been looking actually forward to coming back the whole year and support, obviously Nixon and his family, and putting the smile. And every kid we take out today, their family on the beach, they're getting to give their kid an opportunity that they never normally get, and their smiles that it brings to the family, let alone the kid on the board with you. It's just a really good feel-good day.
All right, well, you guys go out there and have some fun. So if you'd like more information on this event, or maybe participating, donating, maybe you're a parent that has a child connected to autism, you can go to their website, surfingwithnixon.org. I'll send it back to you guys.